everyone, welcome to Sandy La Pastelera. Today we are going to make a special cake. We are going to make a vegan chocolate cake. Let's go to the recipe. To make this vegan chocolate, orange and almond cake, we are going to need the following ingredients. 150 grams of all-purpose flour, 105 grams of almond flour, 45 grams of corn flour, 45 grams of cocoa powder, 135 grams of brown sugar, 100 grams of xylitol, but you can replace it with more brown sugar or another kind of sugar that you like. 90 grams of roasted almonds cut into pieces, 135 milliliters of orange juice, 375 milliliters of water, 45 grams of olive oil, 45 grams of melted cocoa butter, 2 teaspoons of bicarb, 1 teaspoon of salt, the zest of 1 orange, and 1.5 teaspoons of apple vinegar. For the process of this recipe, we are going to start adding into a bowl the water, the orange juice, the apple vinegar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of almond essence. We are going to mix it all together, and then we're going to add the brown sugar and the xylitol and mix it all together. In another container, we are going to add the almond flour, cocoa powder, corn flour, all-purpose flour, bicarb, salt, orange zest, and almonds cut into pieces. We are going to mix it together using a spoon. In another container, we are going to mix the olive oil and the melted cocoa butter. After all our mixes are ready, we are going to start mixing the oil mix with the dry mix. We are going to add a little bit of the first mix into this mix. We are going to mix it all together, and then we are going to add all of these into the first mix that was the water with the orange juice and the apple vinegar. We are going to mix it all together, and then we are going to weigh the dough. After we have weighed the dough, we are going to divide it in 3 equal portions. Like you see here, our molds have a baking paper at the bottom of each mold. When you want to unmold the cakes, it won't stick to the mold. Now we are going to bake our cakes at 180 degrees Celsius for around 35 minutes. After waiting 35 minutes, we are going to take our vegan cakes from the oven, and we are going to let them cool completely so we can assemble our cake. Now we are going to make an orange and chocolate ganache. And to do this, we are going to use 2 oranges. We are going to cut it in half and squeeze the juice. We are going to weigh the juice until it weighs 150 grams of orange juice. We are going to add some orange zest. We are going to add 30 grams of agave syrup, 20 grams of glucose. We are going to put it in the microwave, heat it up for a few seconds, and then we're going to add in another container 300 grams of 70% dark chocolate. We are going to melt it, and once we have these 2 mixes ready, we are going to emulsify the orange juice with the sugar using a blender. And then we are going to add this mix into the melted chocolate a little bit by little bit, and blending everything until we have a nice and smooth ganache. Once we have our ganache ready, we are going to put it in a container. We are going to let it cool down for 30 minutes, and in the meantime we are going to make our caramelized almonds. To do that, we are going to weigh 100 grams of almonds. We are going to cut it into pieces. Then we are going to turn on the stove. We are going to add the almonds into a pan. We are going to roast them, and once they are roasted, we are going to add the icing sugar and melt the icing sugar using a wooden spoon, and mix it and mix it and mix it until they look like this. Now they are ready. We are going to put it on top of a silpat or a baking paper and let them cool down. Our ganache is ready, so now we are going to put our orange and chocolate ganache into a piping bag with a plain nozzle. We are going to add our first layer of vegan chocolate cake on top of a cake board, and we're going to add the ganache in a spiral shape, and then we're going to spread it all with a spatula. And once we have done this, we're going to add a lot of caramelized almonds around the cake, and we're going to add another layer of the vegan chocolate cake. We are going to repeat the process, add the ganache in a spiral shape, spread it all nicely, add more caramelized almonds, and then we're going to add the last layer of the vegan chocolate cake. We are going to add more ganache in a spiral shape. We are going to spread it nicely with a spatula. We are going to add caramelized almonds. We are going to add a little dots of ganache, and we're going to put fresh strawberries, orange segments, and some mint. Now we have finished assembling the vegan chocolate cake. We have put a lot of fresh strawberries, orange segments, mint, and now we can enjoy our vegan chocolate, almond, and orange cake. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it, and see you in the next video. Please don't forget to put like and subscribe to my channel. Bye!